everyone. My voice just cracked, but welcome back to another episode of Girlish. My name is Gage, and I'm here with my co-host Olivia.
I haven't shaved in like 3 days and I cannot. We're both going through it and I'm enjoying this this thing we have going on right
Yeah.
now.
So, if you can very clearly see, and probably hear too, that at least for me, we're not having the best time at the moment. And
It has
we
not
we
been good.
didn't yeah, no, we didn't record last week. We took a break because I literally did not have a voice. Like, just air came out of my mouth when I spoke, so that wasn't possible. And this week I still sound like shit, but we didn't want to skip 2 weeks. We felt like that's too much. So here we are in our hoodie and sunglass get up because we are both going through it this week, providing you with content. So yeah, that just goes to show how dedicated we are to you
Last
guys.
week last week whenever you like sent the voice message, I was like, "Oh yeah, there's no way there's an episode going out this week." So, but sometimes we have to clock in that PTO, take a little break for ourselves and just, unwind. But we have an audience that we have to obviously give content to. So here we are giving content to you even through some crazy stuff that's been happening the past few weeks that we'll get into. But I think this episode might be like a shorter episode, just because I don't know how Gage is feeling. We're like literally doing this in the middle of her workday. So
I am quite literally on my lunch break right now. So yeah, you can call us a lot of things, but dedicated is one of them.
some
And
people say that our show is not structured. We've had a few comments in the past saying like they need to get their shit together. And I don't know what you're talking about,
I
but
just
this
don't
is
get
together.
it. I really don't get it. I mean, we're matching. We have coordinated outfits on, so you really can't tell me that there isn't a structure because I'm looking at it with my eyes here.
I'm literally sweating right now because before this I was outside like walking my like 2 miles and then I rushed in because you're like let's record now. So I'm literally sweating in this hoodie right now. But you know
I'm
the
so sorry.
the bit is worth it.
I'm so sorry I'm doing this to you. This was like my idea because I feel horrendous today, but I still wanted to record. So it's just a temporary thing. Unless you guys prefer us to look like this, like if you want me to cover up my face and wear a hoodie like this on a normal circumstance, that's perfectly fine. Just let me know in the comments.
We stand an icon. You look great. But yeah, I do want to get into like what's been happening because you had an eventful weekend, obviously, past few weekends. You've been really going through it. Miss Little Mermaid lost her voice. I need to know
And neither did
everything.
Ariel. Yeah. Okay. So I guess to start this off, last week I had two weddings pretty much back to back. So I had a wedding on Thursday and then I had a wedding on Saturday. And I didn't take Friday off. So, I mean, and these are two weddings for our friends. It's not like a cute, wholesome I mean, it was cute and wholesome, but like these were parties. Both of them had open bars. I had a little bit to drink, maybe a little too much to drink. So it was just like a lot going on within a span of 2 days. So we went to the first wedding. Everything was fine. I woke up on Friday and my voice was a little raspy. My throat hurt a little bit. And I was like, well, this isn't good because I don't know what's going on here. Do I have COVID? I tested negative. So I was like, fine, maybe I just have like a cold from partying too hard because like my body has a very unpredictable reaction to alcohol. Sometimes I throw up after 2 sips and sometimes I'm fine. So I was like, this is just my body's way of telling me that I drank too much. Like, I'm not throwing up, but I lost my voice and my throat hurts. It's just retaliating against me. So that's what I thought it was. The next day was Saturday, and this day honestly was kind of a mess for multiple reasons. But so we went to our friend's house before the wedding started because they live very close and they live like on the other side of LA. And they were like, "Oh, let's have a little pool party before the wedding." in the middle of a heat wave in LA. So it's 100 plus degrees outside. I was outside at the pool for 2-3 hours before the wedding. And I get dressed, I put my makeup on, everything's fine. And a couple of hours after we get to the wedding, and after I'd been drinking, I'm Asian. So, Asian people, there's this thing called the Asian glow. So, like when you drink alcohol, you get red. And Russell looks at me and he's like, "You're looking a little pink, babes. You're a little red." And I was like, "Oh, it's fine. I'm just drinking. Also, maybe I put too much blush on. That's why I'm a little bit pink. That's perfectly fine." And we're dancing. Everything's fine. I go to the bathroom because I want to put my hair up. I am red, like fully red. My whole face is sunburnt. And I put concealer on before we left. And so basically, my entire face is red, but underneath my eyes, it's like tan from where my concealer is. And my concealer isn't blending because my face is red and I'm not my normal skin tone. So little did I know, I looked like a psycho the entire first couple hours of this wedding. And throughout the wedding, they did the bouquet throw. I caught the bouquet, which I could talk a little bit about later. And I started screaming, obviously, because everyone was hyping me up. And that's the point in the night where I lost my voice. So, yeah, I was at that wedding. My concealer did not match my skin because I was sunburnt. And I also couldn't speak. So, that was just really fun for me. And then the next day, I just felt like shit. And then I have kind of felt like shit the rest of this week. So, yeah, my voice is kind of starting to come back, but I feel like I'm still not at the point where I'm 100%. So yeah, that's just like a little bit of what I've been going through.
I don't know how to
Yeah,
break this to you, but you're 100% allergic to alcohol. Like,
I
there's
think
no way
I
you're not.
am.
Because every
Am
time
I
you're
gonna keep
drinking,
drinking
you
it? Yeah, I'm
message me
going
the next
to.
day, and you're like, I'm not doing so good. Or last night I threw up.
Yeah, I think I just need to really listen to my body and all the signs that it's giving to me because there's something bad every time I drink alcohol, and I should just stop. But it's a good time, you know. It's a
But
good
the fact that
time.
you caught the bouquet in
I
front of your
did.
man's,
Oh my
like,
god. So it's like a running joke that I should be the one to catch the bouquet because in our friend group, there's only two other couples. There's me and Russell, and then one other couple that aren't either engaged or married. So everyone's like, "Oh, Gage, you're gonna catch the bouquet. You guys are next." And prior to the bride turning around, she looked me dead in my eyes and gave me a look, and I was like, "Girl, what are you doing? Like, what are you thinking?" And I knew in my heart, like, this bitch is gonna throw it straight at me. And she did. Like, I didn't even catch the bouquet. She threw it directly into my chest. Like, I didn't have an option other than to catch it. So, yeah, I think it was premeditated, but I did finally catch the bouquet. So, I guess that means I will be getting proposed to within the next week or so because that's what happens after
I
you
will
catch
be,
flowers at a
yeah,
wedding.
I'll be waiting
Yeah,
for that proposal. I cannot wait to go to the wedding.
of
And
course.
that's really funny. The fact that like your makeup wasn't blending. Are
No,
you,
I
of
looked like
course,
an absolute psycho.
it could have been because you're out in the sun, you were like getting maybe a little burnt from the sun.
I for
The
sure got
sunburn, I
burnt.
guess.
Yeah, and I was also drunk and it was like hot, so it
I'm
was just a
picturing
lot
Love
of things.
Island when you're like, I was at the pool all day and then we went to the wedding, so then we got glammed
Yeah.
up and stuff. I'm just picturing you
Mhm.
living your best Love Island life.
I was living my best life. Little did I know I looked like a mess and that my voice was about to disappear, but it's okay. It's
How many
fine.
weddings have you been to like the past year? I feel like it's been like 17.
3, just 3. I went
Okay.
to one in April and then we had 2 back to back, which are fun. Like I love going to weddings, they're a good time, but I don't know. I feel like 2 back to back really just fucked my ass up.
I've
Because
been
like
to
I said,
a total.
it's like a party, you know? Like you do the reception or you do the ceremony and then you go to the reception. And if it's a wedding for your friend, everyone's just going to get drunk. So just that back to back was kind of a lot for my little body to handle.
You can't handle it, but
I
that's
can't.
okay.
I can't.
You've been having an eventful like weekend after weekend
Oh my
after
God.
weekend.
Honestly, August, I think literally I went out every single weekend in August. There was something that happened every weekend. So, yeah, I guess my body's like, baby, you need to calm down. You need
You
to
need a
chill the
break.
fuck out
You
because
need a breather.
we need help. Yeah.
But that's fun. You've been having nice times. When was the Spotify thing? Was it in July or was
It
it
was
in
in
August?
July. It was like
That's
right after
crazy.
my birthday week when we
Oh
went to the lake.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
August like flew
Bitch,
by.
it's September.
We're my birthday
Why is
month.
it September?
That's
Not okay.
crazy. Yeah, we
No,
just
it's not okay.
Emily's birthday's on the 31st, so we just celebrated that and that was a little cute little moment.
Queen Emily's
Um
birthday.
have you, because you're from Washington, have you been to Lake Crescent before?
I haven't
You
actually.
haven't?
Was
I
it
feel like
pretty?
it was like, so I got my hair done and so did you. We both ended up getting our hair cut at the same time.
That
I
was
got my little
fun.
bangs. If you attack me or my little bangs, we'll kill you, the both of us.
Yeah.
And but yeah, we both got our haircuts at the same time. Did you have to reschedule yours for the wedding?
So it was originally supposed to be at 5, but I forgot. I completely forgot that I had a wedding that day. So I was like, can we reschedule? And luckily somebody else canceled. So I was able to go in earlier at like 12. So like I got my hair done for that wedding. And then I was able to make it last until the second one.
I
So
love that.
that's the only reason why I still went, because I mean I can do my hair okay, but I'm not good enough to make it last throughout 2 weddings in the summer. Like I don't have those skills.
Right. And after you get your hair cut and they like style it for you, a whole vibe. And then once the it's in your hands to actually be able to do it, it will never be the
Mm-mm,
same. Can't.
never.
I'll look good in in like 6 months when I get my next haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it sounds fun. Like you had like a nice like few weddings you went to. Are weddings like, are they like a dramatic thing for you? Do they like make you cry? Are they like, how do you feel about them? Do you get excited to like
I am
be in the
excited.
moment?
They're so
Yeah.
cute. Yeah, I did cry at one of them because as soon as she walked out, the groom, he just started crying. And I was like, that's so fucking cute. Like
Oh,
if my man doesn't cry when I walk out around that corner, I'm going to collapse to the floor and start
oh,
crying. But it was adorable. I just like I love seeing like especially other people like family members or like people in the bridal party getting choked up at like watching their friends or their family members get married and just seeing everybody be so happy. That's what makes me cry. So, yeah, I love weddings. I think they're so cute.
I've been to a total of one, and I literally have never. I mean, it was a gay wedding, so I don't even know what like a traditional like wedding looks like. So, and I was telling Emily, like when we get married, like how is that going to be? Who's going to walk out first, and who's going to be there first? Because if I'm the first one out there waiting for her, that's transphobic.
I think you guys
So
should walk out from different sides of the building at the same time.
that's what we were saying. Like we walk
Yeah,
together at the same time. And I think that's what we're gonna do. We were talking like our wedding's gonna be super untraditional. Watch us get engaged at the same time.
that
Watch it
would
be
be
like the
so
same
funny.
weekend. I feel like knowing us that would happen.
I mean, I think you've been with Emily a year longer than we've been together, maybe a year or two.
Yeah, we got together in 2015. 20,
Okay,
yeah.
so
20,
2 years then.
yeah. So we're both old in our relationships and it's about
Yeah,
damn
we're
time.
both at the point where it's starting to get to where you want to start thinking about proposing
That's what I'm
or being
saying.
proposed to.
Because the whole wedding process is going to take like a year or two to get the venue, to get everything set up. So by 27, 28, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah,
I want to be a wife. Let's go. Let's do it.
honestly, same. And like, it's fun to go because you get to see how other people set their weddings up and like what you like or what you don't like and what you want to have at your wedding. So I'm taking notes. I'm seeing what I want to have at mine.
I know. I'm like, we're like so concerned because we were thinking like, oh, let's do a cute little outdoor wedding. We're in Florida. But the one wedding we went to was outdoors and the mosquitoes are like brutal. Like you can't even exist. And there's a place that we are like really into that's like next to the water. And it's like, yeah, this is going to be unreasonable. Like people are going to die from the mosquitoes. So we just have to like,
Yeah.
we have to, well, we'll figure it out. The whole process is going
Yeah.
to be, it'll be fun. I'm excited to see how our weddings like and how they're different and stuff.
I can't wait to go.
Yeah. Have you been like, are you like one of those people that has like a Pinterest board of your
No,
wedding and like, I want
I'm
my wedding
not.
to look like this?
No. I literally
We,
only know what kind of ring I want. That's it. I have no
same.
idea what we want to do for the wedding, like the actual ceremony.
Yeah, same. I mean, like, yeah, who knows? That's me for a future me to figure out. But
Yeah.
yeah.
How was the lake? Was it fun?
Oh
I've never
yeah.
been to Lake Crescent before, but the pictures looked really pretty.
So like I was saying earlier, I did my like hairdresser. I went to my hairdresser and she was telling me that I was telling her that I was going to Lake Crescent for Emily's birthday weekend. And she was like, "Oh, that place spooks me. Like you'll see when you get there. It's like really creepy. Like I hate going over there. It's really spooky." And I'm like, "I'm already making the decision to go there. Why are you telling me this?" I go there and it's the most beautiful fucking beach or
Stop.
like lake I've ever been to. Like it's so pretty. I mean, not prettier than Chilean. Well, they're different, but like the water was so blue, like so blue, and it was beautiful. We like wanted to go on this hike, and the full hike is like 11 miles. So the entire time I'm thinking in my head, we're gonna walk 11 miles today. I have to be prepared, and we're preparing. And I wasn't sure how close to the water we were gonna be, but literally like every foot, like you can just kind of like walk down the edging of the trail and then just like sit on like little rocks, and then you can literally just go in the water. So we like maybe in total we walked 7 miles, but like for like a few hours we were sitting in this little beach area, and then we went in the water and like it was just so cute. We luckily brought bathing suits, so we changed into that. It was funny because we had to find like a random. There wasn't a bathroom until 4 miles in the hike, so we had to like change in the woods, and like bikers kept passing by. So you have to be
That's
like
so
Emily was like
funny.
covering me, and I'm like naked, but yeah. So the whole weekend was really like pretty, and the hike was really awesome. But yeah, I think next time you come, you should go because it's like such a pretty, like beautiful, like blue lake, and I loved it. And then on the walk back, we put on a podcast of like a true crime thing that happened at Lake Crescent. It's the Soap Lady. I don't know if you ever heard about her. This
Mm-mm.
woman drowned in the lake. She was killed, and she like soapified. She became a soap, which is like because of the conditions of the water, she essentially turned into soap. And this is
What
very
the
rare for
fuck?
people to find. Like it's only happened or like there's been very few instances in America that like there's been dead bodies found that are like literally soap, and like she's like one of them.
Like
And
you
we're
could
just
wash yourself with her if you wanted
I
to.
so I think like what makes a soap is like the same like compound, but it's not like a cleaning soap, but it's like what I don't know how to I
I
still
get
don't
what you're
quite get
saying.
it. Yeah, I still don't quite get it, but like yeah, evidently she just turned into soap. And
What
so
the fuck?
because they found her, they were able to like link her to like her murderer and stuff. But yeah, it was very interesting to like listen to it while we were there. It wasn't creepy at all because the lake was so pretty. It was just loved it. I love every second of it, and I'm excited to go back. We had to go through Port Angeles, which is where Twilight takes place. Bella goes to Port Angeles to go prom dress shopping. So
Mm-hmm.
evidently, we talked to a native there like a few months ago, and she says there are no prom dress shops in Port Angeles. So she just lied.
She's a
Miss
fucking
Stephanie
liar.
Meyer. I know. But
Wow.
yeah, I loved it. It was a really fun time, and yeah, I think that was like one of the prettiest like hikes I've ever been on. And we want to go to the enchantments pretty soon too, especially before it gets super cold. So there's a it's called Kolchak Lake, and that's like a really like hard hike that you have to go to get to the actual lake. It's like in the mountain, so I'm very excited to hopefully eventually do that pretty soon.
Fun. Yeah, I saw the pictures. It looks really pretty. I want to.
Yeah,
It's not. It. How far is it from you? It's not that far, is it?
it was I think 2.5 hours or an hour and a half. It was 2.5 hours.
That's okay.
So yeah, Emily drove there and back, which I'm very thankful for. I was having so much anxiety that day just because I didn't know what to expect because it was our first time there. I didn't really know what was going to happen. And so she luckily took the reins on that. And it was such a fun time. Like, genuinely would recommend it. The drive there was really pretty. We drove past, I don't even, I think it was like a what do they call it? A canal, but like it's the canals in Florida are like they're just a little like man-made like essentially like dirt like dug out like canal behind a house that has water in it, but this was like a beautiful like inlet to like probably the sound or something, and it's like this huge beautiful clear blue water, and I'm like, this is so funny. I love Washington. Like everything here is just like the nature here is like unmatched, and like I loved it.
Honestly, facts. I agree. Sometimes I look at California and I'm like, okay, great. I love dirt.
whenever I
I
was
love brown rocks. So pretty.
whenever after the Spotify event, whenever I was flying out of LA and we were like, I was looking down, it was like, oh, yeah, like it was just so it was
Yeah.
brown
It's
dirt,
just giving
bumpy
dry.
mountains. It's giving
Hmm.
dry,
Yeah.
hmm but it
That's
was
so
overall
fun.
cute. Yeah, but yeah.
I know you also had an
Okay.
experience
Oh
too.
my God, I completely forgot about that. So
Yeah.
so
Which I want to hear about more.
you've gotten laser hair removal before, right?
I have.
So laser, okay. So for trans people, if they want their hair removed, they either can go through something called laser hair removal or electrolysis, and you can do that on your face, on your like groin area if you're getting bottom surgery. And so I'm Hispanic. I have very thick facial hair. So getting rid of my facial hair has been a long ass process. I've been transitioning for like 6 years. I've been in my transition. And so the whole process has been super annoying. I've spent thousands of dollars on laser hair removal, and laser hair removal is not permanent at all. So when you do it, it can help in like the short, but oftentimes the hair will grow back, or it might grow back less, but hair will grow back. So that's been happening to me, where I literally have been shaving every day since starting my transition. I literally shave every day, and it's just become to a point where I'm like, I can't handle this anymore. I need electrolysis. So I found a place in Olympia, this shady place that's like in a random, like a room in a random salon, and it's like $35 for a 30-minute session, and I have to go like once a week. And then the bitch, she's not a bitch, she's actually a really sweet lady, and like but what I'm saying is like she has to like put a needle in my skin and like shock me, like zap it, and then pull the hair out, so like in every single follicle on my face. So that's been the experience. And I've had laser, and now I've had my first round of electrolysis, and the reason I feel so icky is because I haven't really been able to shave, and like if you see my chin, it's giving scabs. And yeah, so she told me next time I go to not shave for like 4 days. So my next appointment is on Tuesday, and I'm gonna be not feeling the best by not shaving. So, but in the end, it's for the best. And yeah, this experience overall, super manageable, but certain areas like are impossible to deal with, like the upper lip, just be like her having to like pull the hair out and like zap it. It hurts so bad. So next time I have to literally put on numbing cream like an hour beforehand, because the pain is insane. So I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but like yeah, the whole experience was something. But she's definitely a really sweet person, very knowledgeable. The room and everything that she did it in was really clean, and I really recommend anyone to go with her. She was super like receptive of me being trans. She has like a trans roommate, was like super sweet. Talked like it was like therapy laying in there with her, just like talking about like random stuff. She's like this 45-year-old woman, and was genuinely like a very very nice person. Told me if I ever was getting bottom surgery, and she will do like that area for me if if I wanted her to. And I was like, that's sweet. So
I love
yes.
that. I've always known that electrolysis is more effective than laser. I got laser, and I do have like hairs that come back in every once in a while that I just pluck. But luckily, I guess my hair wasn't thick enough to keep regrowing after I got it done. So I was one of the lucky ones. It actually did work for me. But I need to get electrolysis for bottom surgery. So the fact that you can barely handle your upper lip, I'm scared about me with my legs up on the table. in more sensitive areas. Like, how am I going to survive?
Okay, so this is what she told me because she told me that she's had trans patients before. Patients, what are they like? Con whatever. She customers. She's had trans people that she's worked with before. She said that all of the people that she's worked with said that they would 100% do their like down area, their bottom area all day, then have to do their upper lip. So
Oh
I
my
think you're
God.
good.
Okay.
I think it'll be manageable and you might be able to put like numbing cream on when you actually go and do it. So I think you'll be good. I don't think you have to worry.
Okay. That's like my biggest fear. Also, it's fucking expensive. Like $30 for 30 minutes, and you have to go like follicle by follicle, and there's a lot of follicles. So like 30 minutes really doesn't do a lot,
She
right?
was
Like
saying
especially
how
if you have a
like
lot of hair.
she told me that because when I went, I thought my hair was super thick and I thought I had a lot of it, but she was looking, she was like, "You have like nothing. Like you're like," she was like, "I think, you know, you have less than you think that you have." And I was like, "Okay, well that's good to know." She was like, "Yeah, just grow it out next time so I can actually pull it from like the hair and I can actually see the follicle." So I was like, "Okay, that sounds good." But she was, yeah, she used to go by individual follicles and she said if you had like more hair, you'll definitely be in here for like hundreds of hours, like at least like 120 hours or something. And so I was like, oh shit. So I'm going to be spending like, imagine if, even if I was in there for like 70 hours or something like that. Like, how much money is that? 70 hours divided by $70 or 70 times 70. That's almost five. That was literally
Oh my
$5,000.
God.
So like I'm gonna be spending a lot of money. My doctor gave me like he wrote me a letter to petition with my insurance company to actually pay for it. And she said that I might be able to ask my insurance company to reimburse me. But the thing about it is that like it clearly states like during on trans medical care on Aetna that they do not cover any electrolysis. All they do is like top surgery and bottom surgery and like that's it. So like I'm like fucked, I think. So we'll see. I'm gonna try, but like literally, yeah. And I think within the next year, I'm going to be fucking broke. So we'll see what happens. If you guys want to help us out, go to Anchor and support us on Anchor.
Honestly,
Be a patron.
yeah. It'll all go to good causes,
Do you
as
remember
you
how
can
much
see.
your laser cost?
Um,
Because
I
you typically they're like 6 sessions you have to go to every 6 weeks or something.
Yeah, I got a Groupon, I think, and I went like 5 or 6 times. I honestly don't remember. I think it was a couple $100 for 5 or 6 visits, which I thought was pretty good. So,
In
yeah.
Gainesville, to go for sessions in one of these shops that I was looking at was $2,000.
Okay.
So I
Yeah.
found a Groupon because of you, but it was in Jacksonville. I ended up having to drive 2 hours every 6 weeks, and it was $700, I think. And then the next place was around the same. So I did it twice, and yeah, it doesn't really. I mean, it helps, but like not really. So here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are. But you got your armpits laser too, right?
I did.
Did
And
they? Does
I
it
it's
still
like the
affect?
same. I feel like my armpits was less effective than my face because I probably shave my armpits like once every 2 weeks, which is like manageable. So it's like to the point where I can shave it and it doesn't bother me as opposed to having like a lot of armpit hair. So I still think it was worth it. Even though I'm
Yeah,
not like fully hairless there. It's fine. I can deal with shaving every couple weeks.
yeah, and I laser hair removal, it sucks how like transitioning it is so expensive. This is why it makes me so mad when there's a narrative that people like want to be trans. And it's like, yes, like we want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on something so fucking like it doesn't seem like it should be that expensive. Like a laser hair machine, like it probably costs them like a few grand, and then they're just charging people thousands of dollars to see them 6 times. And it like maybe is like a 10-minute session of them just like rubbing your face with this like thing that pricks you. So like
Mm.
that's annoying. Electrolysis, I understand why it would be more expensive because like they literally have to go follicle by follicle, and I'm like really afraid of needles. So when she was like sticking the needle in me, it's like a really tiny needle and it's like really flexible. She's like, it's really nothing to be worried about, and it's not penetrating your skin; it's going in the hair follicle. So she was like, you shouldn't worry. So, that eased me. But every time she was going in, I was like freaking out because I'm like, there's a fucking needle inside of me. There's like a fucking
Mm,
needle inside of me. So I'm like laying there and she's doing it. And like the chin was definitely very sensitive too because it like zaps you. So then my body gets chills because I just have like if you were to like touch an outlet or something and like you get a
yeah.
little shock, you kind of feel that where your like body gets like those chills. So yeah,
I'm
it's been
not
an
looking forward to it,
experience.
but I know I have to do it. I mean, it's not like required, but I don't know. I've just seen stories of people getting bottom surgery and they don't get electrolysis, and then like hair starts to grow out of places that it's not supposed to because when you get surgery, things get rearranged. And if you don't remove the hair, it might grow out of somewhere that you don't want it to. So that's just like the biggest thing for me. It's the fear of that happening. And I'd rather just deal with the pain and honestly pay a couple extra $1,000 and have that experience. Or actually, if anybody has gotten electrolysis or hasn't gotten it before getting bottom surgery, let us know because I'd love to hear your thoughts.
I feel like if you have a surgeon that's not recommending like electrolysis on that area, then I feel like you're seeing a bad surgeon. Because I remember going to a consult and he was like, "Don't worry, you don't need it. I'll just scrape off all the hair follicles. Don't worry." And I don't think it works like that. I
Just a
think
quick
there's
shave.
I think there's a giant possibility at an area where hair is so dense that maybe your pussy is going to have hair start growing inside of it. So I don't think
Yeah.
that's a very smart idea not to get it done.
Mm-mm.
But she was telling me that it could take up to like 18 months to do that area of just like going through every hair follicle. How it's a very long process. So I'm not looking forward to it. And I'm definitely very concerned about the price because I
Yeah.
cannot afford it.
Same. That's
But
fun. Yeah, we're just spending thousands of dollars just because we want to. So
period.
fun. So fun.
So fun.
Um, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
think
that.
that's that. I think this episode is gonna be a little short, and I think that's okay. Gage has to get back to work. And you know what? I'm happy that we were able to just sit down and talk. Just like a
Yeah.
quick update.
And like last week, the video or the topic that we were planning to address is pretty serious. Like it's a very loaded topic. It's very controversial within the community. So I don't know. I just didn't feel like it would be right for us to show up like this and discuss that heavy of a topic. But at the same time, we still wanted to give you guys something since we took a break last week. So that's why we're here like this. So I apologize if this bothers you. If it doesn't, I mean, I feel like it shouldn't because
Yeah,
this would make me so happy if like I was listening to a podcast and they came up and looked like this. That would make me laugh.
we're
So
real. We're just
we're
showing you
real. We're being
authentic stuff.
honest and authentic. Okay. So you can't get mad at us for that.
Period. But you know what? I love us, and I'm happy that we were able to even sit down at all. Especially because I know you have a long weekend coming up ahead, a lot of fun activities, and I hope that you get the rest you need, and I hope that your voice, comes back so that people can get the drama that's going to be like 5 weeks too
Honestly.
late to talk about, and we're going to bring it up anyways.
No, it's gonna be a long one. I can already tell.
I know,
So
but
we
it'll
need
be
to be on our
fun.
best in order to discuss that.
So, everyone, stay tuned for that amazing, fun episode that is coming up. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for listening. You can follow us everywhere, girlishpodcast.com or, at Girlish Podcast on every social media. And yeah, thanks for all of your support. We appreciate it. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.